Well, Australians are split down the middle about whether humans are to blame for climate change, according to a survey by the CSIRO. As Margot O'Neill reports, a survey shows that how people vote is now the key indicator of whether they accept or reject the scientific evidence for human-induced global warming.
It seems it's politics, not science, that determines most people's attitude to climate change. Australia's peak science body, the CSIRO, conducted the nation's largest survey on climate change views before last year's federal election. And while more than 90% of Australians believe the climate is changing, 50% believe it's because of human carbon pollution, while 40% believe it's natural variability and has nothing to do with humans. Just 6% deny any climate change at all. Women are more likely to believe human pollution is responsible, but the most dramatic difference between the groups is who they vote for. Liberal and National Party voters dominate those who deny humans are to blame, while Labor and Green Party voters dominate those who believe they are.
A bit of a blow, I suppose. It would be very nice for popular debates about things like climate change to be driven more by science, more by knowledge, more by facts than they are.
How people see climate change is now more likely to reflect their broader political and personal values.
Sometimes even deep-seated beliefs and concerns about nature, with a capital N, about God, about God's plan for the world. Those sorts of things, sometimes explicitly but often implicitly, underlie the public debate about climate change. Very rarely do you see much debate about the science itself.
Which may explain why there's also confusion. Even those who say climate change is natural still want government action and still partly blame countries and global corporations for causing it.
Well, from this survey and other surveys here and in the United States and the UK, I think it's fairly clear there's a lot of confusion in the general public about the nature of climate change.
So who do people rely on for information on the issue? Both groups put the government almost last as a trusted source, just ahead of car and oil companies. Those who believe in human-induced global warming list their top 3 trusted sources as university scientists, followed by environmental organisations and environmental group scientists. Those who don't believe in human-induced climate change also name university scientists as their number 1 source, followed by friends and family and their doctors. The results confirm a dramatic shift in just a few years, with a 10% drop or so in people accepting the climate change link to human pollution, even though in the same period, climate scientists have become even more certain of the evidence.
The fact that attitudes can change so quickly, to me, suggests that they're not firmly rooted in deep-seated beliefs and values, that they are more shallow and therefore are able to be shifted again.
The survey will be repeated annually. Margot O'Neill, Lateline.